Hi guys, it's Kiarko here, back with another speed build. This is a speed build of a travel vlogger's apartment. When I initially set out to make this apartment, that's not actually what I had in mind, to be honest. I just knew that I wanted to make an apartment. I kind of wanted to do I guess like a boho style, and that's probably because I haven't really done many boho style builds before, because it's a style is really hard for me to capture, and to be honest, I'm not completely sure that I captured it in this build either, which is probably why I'm not calling it a boho build. I'm calling it a travel vlogger's apartment. But I kind of came up with that idea for this apartment to belong to that kind of character, because the way the decor was and the way that the house was kind of set up, I don't know, it just like reminded me of that kind of vibe of, you know, those vloggers on YouTube who travel the world and then they either like live in a van or they have like a really cool house or something like that. And this is the apartment that I came up with for that kind of character. This is a 2-bedroom apartment, so there is the bedroom for the travel vlogger and what I imagine is like her partner, and then there's like a crib in that room. And that crib is for what I imagined is like their newborn child or something like that. And then the other bedroom is going to be used as their office / vlogging, editing video space, if that makes sense. But you'll see that later on. I'm going to start with the living room here. I was just trying to figure out what the style of this place is. You can see like I mean, you can't see yet, but you can see that I'm starting to get like kind of boho with like the rug, but I mean the wallpaper's not that boho. I don't know how to describe this look. I guess you could say it's almost like worldly is what I was going for. Like I was trying to incorporate like a lot of different kind of styles, and I don't know. I was just trying to make it look like someone who traveled a lot and did it for a living and was probably super aesthetic in how they did it, how they would live. That's the idea, if that makes any sense. But I also imagine that this person loves plants and has a lot of plants, because in general, whenever I see any sort of vlogger on YouTube or anything like that who has some sort of like boho aesthetic, anything close to that aesthetic, they tend to have a lot of plants. And that's just because, I don't know, the plants are super aesthetic and just kind of fit with that vibe, I guess. So this house has a lot of plants in it, and I actually really like how it ends up looking with all the plants. I might have done this build because like in my personal like real life, I'm considering like getting into plants, which is like a weird sentence, but I've just been interested recently in like growing my own stuff, maybe growing my own food like herbs and stuff. And that may just be like a, you know, pandemic quarantine thing, you know, like I'm in the house a lot, so maybe like having plants would be nice because it'd be kind of like add more outdoorsiness and nature to my inside apartment. Plus it gave me something to like take care of and watch over and like learn how to do, which is kind of nice to have right now. So I don't know, maybe I'll get into plants. I've had to do a lot of research about it though, because I have a cat, and I know that there's like certain plants that are like really poisonous to cats, and I don't want my cat to die because of, you know, a freaking plant. So I've had to be very careful with what I've been considering, because I don't want to accidentally kill my cat with, you know, a freaking plant. But this person does not have a cat, so I was not really trying to give them cat-friendly plants. I just gave them, you know, the plants that fit the aesthetic of this place. So this living room is actually really interesting. I like how it's set up, where there's like one half and then it's separated by this divider into another half. So there's like the chill like fireplace, reading TV nook, and then there's like this general space over here, which is more like the hangout space. Maybe they play board games, maybe this is just where they have friends over and chill and stuff like that. So I kind of like that this living room was split up like this, because it was such a big living room and I didn't want to have like a lot of negative space, so tried to fill up everything as much as I could. And then I put these two, I don't know what you call them, poofs? I usually just call them poofs, or like, I guess they could be ottomans, but I'm gonna call them poofs. I put these two poofs in because, I don't know, I just thought that they had, again, that like boho worldly aesthetic that I was going for. And I like the idea of this person having poofs, and I like saying poofs. And then I put in these two wicker chairs over here. You'll see that there's like a lot of like wicker, rattan or rattan, whatever you call it, that kind of material a lot in this build. So even that table is made of wicker. And it's just because that's a material that reminds me of like boho aesthetic. I don't know. Again, like this aesthetic is really hard for me to capture, and if I didn't capture it all, I'm really sorry. I don't know why. It's just like, it's not, like, I like the aesthetic. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not that I dislike the aesthetic. It's a really cool aesthetic. It's just something about it is just really hard for me to capture in the game. And maybe it's just like the specific custom content that I have doesn't really like support my endeavor in capturing boho-ness. Maybe I just need more like boho custom content. I don't know. But I do think that this turned out pretty well, actually. Put in this little stand, which I use as like half plant stand, half shelf. Like I said before, a lot of plants in this build. So just get used to seeing me put plants everywhere. Yeah, here I am just sorting out which plants I want on this shelf. Yeah. Do any of you have plants at home? Are you plant people? Do you have an indoor or outdoor garden? The problem, so like I said before, I really want to get into plants, but like my hesitance is in the fact that I've never done it before, and I'm worried that it's like a lot harder than I'm thinking that it is, and that I'll just end up wasting my money and accidentally killing my plants. And I really don't want to do that, so I'm just kind of hesitant about it. But you know, like I guess like I'll never know until I try, so maybe I'll just bite the bullet and buy a little cactus or something like that. Or maybe like a succulent, because I heard those are really easy to take care of. But I don't know, I gotta see. But here I'm setting up the kitchen. The kitchen ends up having this really interesting aesthetic. It's like this blue, green, brown kind of look, which is not a color palette I use often, but I actually really end up liking how this looks. You'll see in a second, I end up making like this huge wall of cupboards, which was an interesting choice because I usually don't do that, but I liked how it looked. You'll see in a sec. Here I'm just setting up an island, putting in just like little detail, like someone was working there on the counter. I put some shelves above these countertops, and then I'm just gonna decorate them pretty lightly. Yeah, I actually really like this kitchen. It's nice. It's very, very intense. Like there's very loud wallpaper and pretty intense tiling on the floor, but I think it looks pretty nice. Let's see what I'm doing now. More decoration. I think about it a lot, about what my like dream home or my dream kitchen would be. And it's so hard for me to capture because there's so many aesthetics that I love. Like I really like this aesthetic, but I don't know if this would be my dream kitchen. You know, like I don't know, like there's so many different possibilities that I don't think I could ever like settle on one, which is probably why I'll never do like a dream home build. You know, like I'll do like a my dream like 80s home or my dream 60s home because I love styles like that, but I can never settle on one. I don't know. It's gonna be the bane of my existence if I ever get really rich is figuring out what kind of home I want. Let's hope that is a problem I have in the future, because that would be an amazing problem to have. Here I'm putting in more decorations. You see I put a little nook in the middle of all these countertops, and that's just because, or not counters, but like the cabinets. And that's just because I didn't want like a huge like wall of wood and brown. I just wanted like a little break in the middle there, and just like to add another usage to that space as well. Of course, another plant shelf, because as I said before, this build is full of plants. I don't know how this person takes care of all these plants, but clearly they are on top of their shit, because these are all very beautiful, obviously well taken care of plants. Let's see. Here I'm just balancing out the shelf, putting in more decorations, kitchen things, boxes, making it look pretty. And yeah. Yeah, let's see. More stuff, more decorations. This is a nice kitchen. It is very pretty. I wish it had a window in it because it's a little bit dark. And plus, I don't know how these plants like survive in here if there's no window for sunlight. Maybe this person has like so like in doing research for plants, I discovered this thing which is like plant lights, where it's like if your plants can't get enough sunlight, you can actually like buy like a light that'll like do the same thing as sunlight, I guess. Maybe this is already a thing that everybody knows about, but for me, I just discovered it. But it was really interesting to learn about that, and I actually might have to get one of those because I don't have very many windows in my apartment, and again, I'm so worried that my plants will die if I get plants. But yeah, if I do get plants, I will update you guys. I'll let you know about my plant journey. I'll probably start with something very simple, like I said before, or I'll start with like an herb, because like it'd be so cool to like pick you know, like cilantro or basil or something, and then just like make like a fresh meal out of it. I feel like that would be like very fulfilling for me. It'd be, you know, be like growing your own food. I feel like is a very fulfilling process, and I feel like I would benefit greatly from it. Anyways, setting up the bedroom now, put in this really huge shelf just for, you know, decoration and stuff like that. Red rug. Say that 3 times fast. Red rug, red rug, red rug. It's so hard. More plants, obviously. More plants. And then just various decorations throughout this shelf. Let's see. More plants. See, I like the plant like that one on the right that's like drooping down over the shelf that like falls. I don't know what you call that effect. Kind of like vines, I guess. I like plants like that I don't know, they just remind me of like running through a castle and there's just like plants hanging around you. I don't know what I'm talking about. I like plant aesthetics. And also, I've just been on TikTok a lot recently, and like everyone has plants now. I don't know if it's like I don't know if plants are a trend or if like people are just like opening themselves up to the world of plants, but now I feel like I need to get in on it and like be a plant person as well, because it seems like it has a lot of benefits. I don't know. Anyways, so as you can see, I put a little cot crib thing here for their newborn. And you'll see in a sec, I actually also end up putting like a dollhouse and some toys on the floor, which I feel like are not necessarily age appropriate for like a newborn, so I don't know. Oh geez, my cat is yelling at me. He's screaming outside my door. I don't know if you can hear that, because he knows I'm recording in here and he likes to be in here with me, so he's like, let me in, I want to be there. I just fed him too, so he's just being a brat at this point. But it seems that his screaming has now stopped, so I'll let him in after I record this. Don't worry, he will receive plenty of attention and love. He just likes to pretend that he doesn't. Putting in more decorations, let's see. I like this little vanity dresser thing, and then as you can see, here I'm putting in the dollhouse and stuff. As I was saying before, it's not really age appropriate for a newborn. Like, I don't know how a newborn would engage with the dollhouse or a train set, because those are like, I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit more of an older kid thing. So maybe they're just like preparing for the kid to be older by having those things in the room, or maybe it's like the toys that they had when they were kids or something like that. I don't know. But that is that for the bedroom. I'm setting up. I put a carpet in the hallway, but I'm going to move on to the office space right now. So this is the office where, like I said before, they edit. They'll shoot some videos here. I know vlogging is like you take your camera out into the world and like show people, but I also figured they would do like sit down videos. They would record sit down videos in this room as well, where they just like talk about their, I don't know, travel planning tips and tricks and stuff like that, or you know, that kind of thing. I wish that The Sims like social media YouTube channel career thing, I wish it was more robust and more customizable, you know? Like, I wish there were more categories of videos you could produce. I wish you could like name your channel and like come up with like a little icon or artwork for it. I don't know, I just wish it was a little bit more robust than what we ended up getting, but you know, at least we got it, I guess. But yeah, I'm just decorating, put some Polaroids next to that typewriter because they're travel people. They probably have Polaroids of their travels and stuff like that. Obviously plants, because all hail plants. Little chair in this corner. I really like this pink chair. And then let's see, more decorations. I'm gonna put some records on the wall here, which is funny because there's like no record player in this build at all. And then I put these posters behind where the person sits and is being filmed, because I figured, because those are like travel posters, it's like of different destinations, so I figured it'd be cool like for them to record themselves and then their background's like their travel posters, which I feel like is very fitting for, you know, a travel vlogger to have as a background. I'm doing the bathroom now. I use these big cupboards again to cover the copper pipes, and then here I'm just putting in a toilet, decorating, making it pretty. Plant, obviously. And then I put a shelf above this toilet. And then I don't remember what I put on the shelf. I think I just decorated it pretty lightly. Let's see. Oh, do I put a plant? Yeah, I do put a plant on there. Okay. And then just more decorations. put a mirror on the wall? Do I? No, I was just thinking about it, but I ended up not doing that. And then you'll see I put in a tub in a moment. I go with this like clawfoot tub. Not this one, a different one. Let's see, this one. I thought it was very nice, and then I have like a wood bamboo like mat, which I thought kind of was a little bit boho. And then I think I put a shelf above, oh no, I put a mirror above the tub, yeah. I wish I could scale down mirrors. I wish a lot of things for this game. I wish scaling down mirrors was a thing, but I understand that maybe it's like a textural issue or something like that. I don't know. Decorated the hallway really lightly, putting in a coat rack in the entryway, and I believe that's all I do. Oh no, outside the balcony. Yes, okay. I really like this balcony. I really like how it turns out. I've forgotten to do the balcony in past builds. I literally just forgot that I had a balcony, so I just like never decorated it. So I'm glad that I remembered this time and was able to decorate it, obviously with plants. Big old plant right there. More plants over here. Hanging plant. Let's see. Pillows. This is a really nice balcony. It's huge too. Like, imagine having this balcony. Obviously a plant shelf. Again, I don't know how this person has the time to water and take care of all these plants, but you know, I don't know how they're like taking care of all these plants and at the same time like traveling the world. Like, it doesn't really make sense in terms of like the logic behind this build, but you know, whatever. Maybe they're all fake plants. How about that? No, that's like blasphemy to have this many fake plants. But yeah, I created that little herb garden on the shelf there. And then over here, I put in like a little dining nook, which I really like how it turns out, because I use like this combination of chairs and then benches against the wall. So it really is like a little dining nook. I thought was really cute. Then I'm gonna put plants on the table and then a tapestry and then some lanterns. And yeah, that is the full build. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. It was really fun to do. I really was trying to go for a new kind of style here. Let me know if I was like any sort of successful in capturing even a little bit of the boho vibe. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of plants. Let me know if you have any plants. Let me know if you have any plant suggestions that are cat safe for me in my home. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.